Right, for this process of the video here, we're going to use the vevor. This is a vevor product. You can get it on their website. Very inexpensive. Check the link in the description. And of course, if you use that, it does help me make a little bit for making this video. So anyway, this comes in the package like this. It actually is like zip tied and down. So they're supposed to be like that. So we're gonna go and fix that. I'm gonna show you how I do it, and and to make it so we can brush the thing out. Other than that, the kit looks really good. We're gonna be using this for the whole thing, so stay tuned. I know I said heat gun, but let's try something a little faster. I did a section to see if it would work first, and it works really easy. You might think, oh, that's a big problem. It's really pretty easy to fix. See, I actually used a cigarette lighter and did this, and notice they came right up where I wanted them to be, right there. Just wanted to go straight out. There we go. So I used like I said, a long lighter. That works too. Just get them a little warm. I got that one a little too hot. Give it a couple seconds. It looks like this is about ready. Really didn't take much, a few minutes, and then we can put that feller in there and whip it around. Nice. All right, let's get on it. So anyway, I covered this up really nice like that. I'm just using a hand masker. There's some visqueen in that kit that you can get from Vevor. And then we'll got to go up on the roof. So listen, if you have a really steep roof, it may not be for you. It's up to you to do it. I'm okay going up on the roof. I have a 2-story house, so it is quite a ways up to go. So what I want to do is add the proper amount of extensions to this, and so that it goes all the way down the chimney, and I still have a little bit of bar sticking up at the top, and start from the bottom and work my way up. So I'll kind of show you what it's like when I get up there. So I'm going to have a really long rod. So let's look at the chimney. So the sun is on the other side of that, so I can't really film right there. You guys will be right into the sun. But if you can see, the chimney's pretty high. It's on the 2nd story. So we've got to get that, I don't know what it's called, but that thing covering it off. Take that off. We're going to go down the chimney all the way from there all the way down. So it's probably almost 20 feet of rod that we're going to need. So we want to go ahead and assemble up probably 20 feet of that, and then take it up on the ladder and bring the drill up there and clean it out. If these things are straightened out, it should be able to be done even without a drill, but I think I'm just going to use a drill. It'll go a lot faster. I can start from the bottom and just work my way up and just let the rods bend over. Because what I don't want to have happen, and have this thing slide all the way down inside the chimney, then I'll have to reach up in through the flue and try and pull it down in through the chimney. Kind of a pain. So leaving all the rods on there while you're drilling it is probably a lot easier than trying to take sections off. So anyway, we'll go ahead and assemble that up. It's really nice. It has these little spring-loaded things here. They connect one inside the next one into place like this. There we go, like that. All right, so if you notice, I have my ladder approximately 3 feet above the roof line. And if you've never worked ladders, really you shouldn't be doing this, but got it above the roof line 3 feet as required. And what that's for is so that when you reach out, you can grab the top of that ladder and then swing your leg around and put it on the top rung. That's why you have it up above the roof line like that. It's to give you a safety rail. OSHA requirement. So anyway, I'm gonna go on up the ladder, and what I'm gonna do first is I've set this thing on the ladder. If you can see, I am not all the way up, okay? I'm not all the way above the roof. I'm above the roof, but remember the roof pitch goes upward, and the fireplace is about 3 feet above the roof pitch. So I've got probably 2 more sections that I need to put in that in order to reach all the way down in the fireplace. So let me bring 2 more sections up with me. I'll go up on the roof and we'll take a look up there and start doing the chimney. For a really steep roof pitch, you better again know what you're doing. I'm going to show you how to get down on this so that, okay, I'll hold the top of the ladder, swing my leg around to the top rung that's below the roof line. So my foot was down here, my hand was on here at the same time, so I can swing myself around and just go directly to that first rung that's below the roof line. And if you notice, my ladder's set right here. I already knew where these were. Try and set them right on top of these if I can. Straddle them when you're going over a gutter like that. As you try and straddle that, but I missed a little bit. No problem. For, you know, depends on if you have a gutter. Obviously the ladder can slide on these things. It is a lot more dangerous to go over a gutter, but if in my situation I don't really have a choice, so there's no other flat ends of the gable of the roof that I can do that. So what I need is, right now, I need a pair of pliers to undo the wing nuts on top. So anyway, I'll bring you back in a minute. I just want to show you how that I get off the top of a ladder by just grabbing the top, swinging my foot around, facing, and turn my body around to face the house, so that I don't ever try and put my heel down first. It's always my toe. That's just the proper way to do it. Again, do at your own risk. And like I said, it takes a little bit of practice. If you're gonna do ladders, I've been doing ladders for years, so it's no problem for me, but maybe for you it might be. All right, so it looks to me like the last 2 guys who cleaned this thing probably didn't do it right. So that's why it's worth doing yourself, right? I'm gonna take this thing off. Look at that. I mean, just look at all that garbage in there. That's not just from... The last couple guys didn't even do this. You really don't need to use the drill if you just do this. That's just fine. Just doing that. This was all caked. A little bit of movement just takes it right off. And I'll get that brush that's in the kit. Get rid of all this stuff. I mean, that's just terrible. You don't when you hit the bottom, because it... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle it a little bit and do this side going down, rather than try and use the drill up here. And do this side going down to the other, and then just bend the rod the other way. Should clean it out. Alright, so she's all nice and clean inside again. I mean, a little bit of blackness on here, of course. First fire, she's going to look like that, but get up here with the shop vac and clean up all the rest of the stuff. I got a little cordless one from Harbor Freight. It works pretty good, the vevor. Those work really good, real cheap. Yeah, pretty much everything I needed was right here in this kit. So it went down pretty easy as far as that goes, the roof part. The chimney, now it's just get a vacuum and vacuum out the, get up in there and get the flue clean with a vacuum and clean out the rest of the fireplace. That's about it. Should take care of it all right there. It's been 20 minutes. I went ahead and cleaned up everything up in the roof first. See how bad it is. Oh yeah. There was a lot in there, wasn't there? Yeah, that's a lot. That's all from the chimney right there. It was, let me see if I can get a light on for you guys. Look at that. Wow. It's all from there. There's still some more up in here I need to get out. Then you brush that out, take the vacuum and get that back out of here. Start sucking this up before the dust comes at me. There's a little bit of dust right now, but well, I probably should have let it set a little bit longer. Maybe 30 minutes before you take that down would be a smart idea. All right, you see this part right up in there. I don't know if I can get up in there, but you can see the flue is all covered in, and then up above it, you can't get that brush up in there very good. But I'm gonna reach up in there, get as much as I can. It keeps falling down as I'm doing it. I'm gonna reach up in there with the vacuum and the brush and get all that. It's got to be done. The last guys didn't do it. So after I got this vacuumed out here pretty well, that there, the shiny stuff, that's creosote. It's not that much of it really, but it, you know, the sweepers don't normally get rid of that. But you can put a creosote log in here and it'll turn it into like dust, like what's down there is apparently. Again, I'm no expert at this, but you know, I found out sometimes you know as much as the guy who was doing it last time. What we need to do is we need to take out this door. So I've loosened up this thing. This thing comes off, and we have to take this door here off to get up in there to take this door that opens. Let me see if I can get anything in my eyes. So that door, I've already opened it, but shut it a bunch of times to try and get everything out. But there's a shelf on top of there that needs to be cleaned. Could use to vacuum out that there too. And there's creosote on that. You can clean that off. But we got to get this door here off so that we can get a vacuum up on that shelf, because right now it's in the way. So normally there's supposed to be a clevis pin in here, but this one's got a looks like a 1/2 inch nut, and then there's a bolt on this side. This thing comes off here in a minute. Anyway, there's a nut on that side, bolt over there. I'll just take my little trusty ratchet, take that off. Rather than use the creosote logs, I'm going to use this stuff here. This is a small tub. I don't know if you can tell by the size of my hand, but there's a scoop that's inside there, and what it does, what you do is you take this. They have this at Tractor Supply, so they have it other places too, and you just take 2 scoops of this, like a powder, and you put it on your coals at the end of the night or whatever, and do that like twice a week. And then what it says it does is it turns the creosote, flammable creosote, into like an ash, so that it won't burn. So anyway, There's not much creosote in mine, not that bad. I've seen a lot worse. So I figured this will probably cure it over a year of doing this, because I haven't really done this stuff. You know, I should be doing it. But maybe you guys could learn from this too and do that same thing. And because you're not going to get up in there and clean that out. There's no way you could get in there and actually scrub that or anything. Not in mine. It's only like a 6-inch opening. So, all right. But I did get all the stuff out of there. Just kept moving the vacuum around over and over until I didn't hear anything coming through it. I couldn't feel it or anything, but I just kept moving around until I could, you know, you can hear what's going through the nozzle, and until it had no noise. So took a while. Took about 20 minutes of vacuuming up there to get all that out of there. All right. So I'm going to show you guys what it takes to do this. I know the camera's all over the place right now, but okay. That hose goes up and around because this door does not come off on this one. I've checked. Those are welded on each side and pinned in, and they don't move. So that shelf is completely full. The last guys who did this, like I said earlier in the video, they did not do this. They didn't do it. So it's because it's not easy, okay? So you gotta watch your guys that do your fireplace if you're gonna have it done by somebody, and make sure that they clean the shelf, because I'm getting giant chunks of stuff and all kinds of stuff. There's probably 5 years, 10 years or more worth of stuff up there, and you have to kind of hold yourself up. See if I can get the camera back a little bit. Come on. Jesus Christ. There. I have to hold myself up with this so I can reach my arm far enough up. Okay. I've got goggles on, a mask. It is messy. You're going to be covered in shit if yours is like this one. So just beware that if you've got this set up, that door should come off. Most of them, that door's supposed to be able to come off. You're supposed to just take the thing off there and lift the door out. Not this one. It's an old one. So anyway, I've got to try and get everything I can out of there. And, you know, eventually, you know, I mean, the way to correct this is to take this whole thing out, break all the bricks around it, all around here, inside, all around here. They break all that out and just redo the whole thing. But I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I'm going to clean this out as best I can, and I'll use some creosote logs in here and stuff like that, because there's creosote up in the chimney above. It's not that bad, but you can see it in there, you know. Anyway, it's not oily, but it's just kind of dried like that. But anyway, you got to get it off of there as best you can. So anyway, that's the deal on this one. So talk to you guys a little bit later. All right, so you have to literally be inside the chimney with your head right there. So, you know, with this one, okay, they're not all like this. I watched a couple videos before I did this, of course. And this one, like I said, the door doesn't come off. The shelf is right behind it. So I reached over there, and now check out how full the vacuum is. All right, halfway filled up. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. There was chunks coming out of there, everything. So anyway, they didn't do that. Nobody's done that all the years that they've come in. Because I know they would have. I would have seen them when they're with the vacuum really vigorously going at it, and they didn't do it. So you can't sweep it. You can't reach over there and sweep that out. You can't. You can't even reach your hand in there. All you can do is just take the vacuum with a hook like that and get in there. So beware, you know, listen, if you're having somebody do your chimney, you think, oh, I'll just go have somebody do it. That's too much work. They better do it like this. Watch them, make sure they get up in there and take that thing out of there. That piece of metal, that whole piece of metal usually comes out. and then you can reach back in there and do it. And sometimes they'll have an access door on your other side of your chimney. So if you'd look for that too, because sometimes they put one in. I don't know where it would be. I guess probably right in here, I think. I could put one in. That might be the easiest way to fix this, you know. But it's in the garage. I don't know if that's code. Probably isn't, to have an access door in the garage for your chimney. So anyway. Alright, so I wasn't going to include this in the original footage, but I decided I better when a guy commented I didn't do the shelf. So yeah, you got to do the shelf. Yeah, I should have put it in there anyway, but it's in there now. So I'll talk to you next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure all that stuff's out of there. You might even want to go up from the bottom of the chimney and run your brush up that way too, where I was at. Just go up there and throw the brush up in there and run it from the bottom up, because there might be some areas you couldn't get. And then run some creosote logs. You know, again, you do this up to you. It's your house. You know, you make your own decisions. I'm just showing you how I'm doing mine. I'm not giving you any advice in this video. This is just how I did the chimney on my house, and do it at your own risk, of course. Talk to you next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.